Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Unfortunately, I cannot lay down today because my phone needs to charge, and if I lay down, then I wouldn't be able to look at chat. So, yeah, screw it, we're gonna sit up for today. That's fine, I haven't done this since, like, case 1. So, we're gonna do trial part 3. And we'll see how it goes. I don't know if, like, the trial is just gonna end. Like, if we beat trial part 3, is it just gonna end the case, or is there gonna be an investigation, like in, Dual Destinies? Because I don't know. We'll see. What on earth just happened in there? Yeah, for example, Jose. I wouldn't be able to look at Jose's messages if I was sitting down, or if I was laying down. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to look at the for sale sign. Did I enable, chat? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, so last time Impa, she put, like, a smoke bomb in the courtroom. Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Yeah, you know what else happened? My controller just fucking turned off again. Miss Susato. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. Well, I mean, it's no stun grenade from Metal Gear Solid, but it'll do. A smoke grenade? It sounds like those sort of things ninjas use. You know, well, why would they have ninjas in frickin' London? They have those in Japan, not London. They're just making sure everything's safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But it would have done something like that. The police managed to catch someone who's trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? It's not for sale, it's douchebag sales event. Oh, like Sir Douchebag? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilda was just talking about? Oh, that would make a lot of sense. My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. What's become of Mr. McGilda, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Along with a young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Huh? Oh, This is the second case to have a 15-year-old girl in it do something sus. According to the coachman, Mr. Beepo... I'm gonna call him Beepo. I don't know if it's Beppo, but Beepo sounds funnier. He took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there are in fact 5... Wait. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers. Sorry for stealing your voice. Which means the figures don't seem to add up again. Someone must have snuck on. You know, like those fucking junkies that hop on the back of the bus without paying? She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed to the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Zato. Yes. Yeah, we don't even know what she looks like, dude. She's gonna be like some arrogant, stuck-up British lady, probably. She looks like, She kind of looks like a scout girl or something. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilda, look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. McAgnus? Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McAgnus. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord? I believe you've established the cause of the smoke which failed proceedings earlier.
It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl?
She's not gonna speak that easily. Come on, man.
Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
If I may, my lord.
Yes, Mr. McGilded?
I think perhaps I ought to explain it here. Why is it that this wee lass here in the first place, and why she tried to bowl like that? Yeah, stop turning off, controller, come on. He's all tied up with the events of last night, that is.
Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You'll explain to the court exactly how this young woman's involved in the case.
Just what had happened that last night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Obvious sarcasm. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then begorra, a loud thud and wee scream woke me up in a fair start. There is a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I set them up and sat across from me. Then I turned it. Can't fucking take this seriously when I'm doing this fucking Irish accent. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from, and bless me soul, what did I find? There was a child there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. It's like the worst Irish accent ever, dude.
I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct?
'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord.
Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. He's just, like, sitting silently, waiting for this to get over with. Alright. Well, if he nodded off, that would be a good alibi, I guess? That's not an alibi. It'd be a good reason why he wouldn't have heard it. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either.
You were the first passenger, as it were, I see.
Aye, and that's when I took the back side I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman was stabbed who was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Still got nothing to say, huh, Dracula? Hold it! A loud thud, you say? And a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fella on the floor. Well, maybe everybody evacuated after he got killed or something. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream?
Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume?
Not above me, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. Not really getting anywhere, are we? You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across to me, as I said, I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? Although technically that's like tampering with the crime scene, though, isn't it? 'Tis common courtesy, it is.
I find that a little hard to believe.
Ah, Hannah, Lord Van Zeeks. Now why would that be? It's starting to turn Italian, and I hate that.
You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is.
Oi! Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest?
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone's thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I try, when at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle of trouble.
Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there?
Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out whys and wherefores first.
The whys and wherefores?
That's a new one. Right, you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That witty scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same?
Yes. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thought of the victim collapsing.
Hold it! Now, what did you find?
I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim.
So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is.
What do you mean by that?
Well now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream as I heard when I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside.
Good gracious. Under your backside?
And when I lifted up the seat when I'd be sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Well, that's important, isn't it?
Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yeah, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence.
Then how come I haven't found that? And that's when I found her. Well, why don't we... Maybe not present, but I do want to examine the omnibus again, then. You're telling me I could have looked under the seat the whole time? Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
The seat has a handle, it seems.
What is in there?
There's a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
Is that all that's in there? There's not a storage on this one. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Well, let's press this one.
Hold it! You say she was hiding herself?
I hid myself while I tried to repair myself. Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball when her eyes met. Well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest.
Really overreacting this, or overacting.
Still and all, I pulled her out from under there, and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her.
The seat opposite?
That's right, just next to me, the dead gentleman here.
You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir?
Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, A gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see? And while I was under the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, you must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly.
In other words, the previous witness did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was, in fact, this girl and the late Mr. Mason.
Aye, my lord. I was, I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight.
It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl.
After that, of course. With the screamer from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses.
Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind.
Oh, is this one of those, like, you can't actually win testimonies?
However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl?
We still don't know, and she's not even revealing her face. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What?
This girl here? A petty thief?
Well, that's not good. No wonder she has smoke grenades.
Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you'll answer the question. Oh, how dare you? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, she left again.
Ah, the girl, she's gone.
Open your eyes. I'm over here.
Good gracious, how?
What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This sturdy little dippy, I say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed in a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast. Oh no, you got farted on. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? I mean, it's not really a weapon, because it's not hurting you, right? Or maybe not, I don't know. Oh, this? Yeah, they was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best.
Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you're riding the omnibus on the night in question?
Tis alright, lass. You can tell him the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we'll now hear your testimony, if you please.
Huh, she's testimony now, huh?
You'll tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question.
Alright, if I have to. Oh, this'll be fun. So I snuck in the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was a real waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's a pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. It's because of that this swear found me. He did help me get away, mind. So she's Irish too, I take it? Yes, he let you go.
I fail to understand why you let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I've seen right in the top of the place where she was hiding for herself.
I think a demonstration's called for.
This is where I sat on the night.
And the cubbyhole of which you've spoken is underneath this seat, I presume?
Can a person fit in there, though?
Yes. Does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature.
Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in here. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration.
Ah.
So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't leave myself with a young life ruined, when all the time I knew she was innocent.
Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question.
Not at all, my lord. Not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman.
My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir.
Oh, great. There's one more juror on our side, hey? With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Nice. We have everybody on our side now. Yeah, get fucked, Van Zeeks.
Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty?
Mr. Arhodo, this... well, it must mean... It must mean what? That we're victorious. No, not yet. We still don't know the truth. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
There's the fucking leg.
If the sight of my iron-wheeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy.
The fucking leg. I've seen this before, and now the context makes it even funnier.
This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices, where evidence and reasoning should be paramount pictures. Emotion rules the day.
Emotion?
The witness's last statement gives a clear insight into his true nature.
What do you mean, his true nature?
Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation.
Here, look at this fucking scroll that I have.
The compartment...
Hey, Cartman, how you doing?
The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat.
What? I like how you can see the sword sticking out of his, like, backside.
Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, Council? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary allowing us to this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend?
Huh? Me?
When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law.
So, you're saying it was different from before it got wheeled in this morning, huh?
Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be?
Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy.
Sorry?
Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How this is an all elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks.
Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter?
How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? It was empty, obviously. Yes. I'm fairly sure it was empty. If I'm honest, my memory about all this is a little hazy. I mean, I just checked it like 5 minutes ago. What do you mean?
As I suspected. It seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate has the scruples of a by-street wine merchant.
Mr. Naruhodo. Perfect. This is why the fellas represented me, after all. He knows just what to say, does he not? Well, now, it seemed the argument's moot. And the truth of the matter is there for you all to see, after all. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is.
That we can be sure of, at least.
Well, how can you prove that it was not empty? Like, you have evidence that there was shit in there? Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? Yeah, I kind of have my suspicions about, McGilden now, honestly.
I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think.
That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state that omnibus should be properly full and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. People isn't that irresponsible. The money-lending fleecer and the pickpurse are lying. Uh-oh. They're switching their sides again. Ugh. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick, of course it's a trick. I like how the seats change. That's a cool detail. Like, the seats change from white to black. You can tell what side they're on. Quite so. I must concur here. Uh-oh. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems.
My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination.
True, we didn't cross-examine yet, did we?
Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please.
Honestly, I think they just wanted to make the scales look balanced. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Well, I think I'm gonna go for a little bathroom break before we start this cross-examination, so... yeah, I'll be right back, guys. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always.
Hold it!
So, you're already on the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a jelly to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense.
Counsel, may I remind you that this girl's a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
Well, it does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paid bastioners at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And one little scapegrace ran for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before its last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no?
Yeah, there's brushes and... brushes? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always check all that out and cram it in the corner somewhere else. No one ever seems to bother much.
And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such
Paraphernalia? Alright, Google, I'm gonna need you to tell me what that word means. Definition. Yeah, let me look that up. Miscellaneous articles, especially the equipment needed for a particular activity.
Paraphernalia.
Thanks, Google. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. It's really hard to do a female and Irish accent at the same time. Or sorry, I should say Irish. Irish accent.
Seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue.
Hold it! A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and the god permit at least some of the time.
I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit?
Oh yeah, well that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it, only that night. This cove was sat on my seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not one inch. I was totally stuck. That does make sense. Me bum, his bumhole was on me the entire time.
Do you mean to tell me you were present in the carriage for the duration?
Damn, I would fucking get like... I'd fucking get like claustrophobic being stuck in that like treasure chest for like a whole hour I don't know how long it was, but like at least half an hour with that guy's fat ass on me the whole time.
You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin?
Yeah. Right, mister? To be sure. I was in shock as much as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Yeah, I mean, what would she be able to do? I mean, realistically speaking, how could you commit a crime when you're stuck inside a box the entire time? So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I'm gonna have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fit him. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. See they get in, they ain't as much plush as the other ones, see? So most of the time, the passengers plan themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent this whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Oh, I see. So she could, so like normally, there'd be no one on top of it. And she'd always like, lift it up and peek her head out, I guess? Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them garages, so it's the opposite's choice. I should just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then. I see there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I just stick out and under there, nothing else for it. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang.
Hold it!
When you say a loud bang, you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Or was it a gunshot? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion on me head get a little lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes.
Or not. It could have equally been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you happen to see it? What happened at the crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I was at the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was up, but the bloke had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGillicuddy's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it's too late by then. I should never have risked looking. It's cause of that swell found me. He did let me get away, mind.
Hold it!
And when Mr. McGillicuddy discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke got a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the garage lurched a bit, and he ended up falling onto me. How awful. Both me and Scott covered in blood made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passenger saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGillicuddy for a while, is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back on the seat. I'll see you can get away later." I'm noticing the judge is saying a lot. All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear they're all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right. I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Well, I'm noticing that, he didn't react in any way. Well, what do we have? Can't imagine we're gonna use the thing, right? This thing, right? I can't Can't imagine there's anything else we need to know about this, right? Huh. Well, let's look. So I suck inside the carriage. It was a real waste of time.
Hold it!
Wait, I didn't mean to press that again. Oops. Well, he hasn't...
Excuse me!
Excuse me. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Let me ask you something, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would that be, sir? Do you have something to say about that last statement? No, not really. I'm altogether happy with what's been said. Kinda here to ask him to see all. Here, have yourself a tip. Well, at least we got some funny dialogue out of it. Does he think I was asking after his general well-being? Well, at least you don't get penalized for that. What can I present? I gotta look over everything again, man. Can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. And after a while, he had this loud bang. Stream just came out. I'm not finding anything. Probably gotta examine the, omnibus again or something. Well, let's look over everything. Obviously, it has to be one of these 5 things. I doubt it's the debtor's ledger, honestly. Well, let's see. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife. Died to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Yeah. Know about that. Nothing we can examine here, right? Wait a minute. You see how there's this up here? Let me look at the omnibus again. Which side is the cabinet on? Okay, so that does add up, I guess. Can't examine the windows, can we? Doesn't look like there is anything in there, though. Well, that seems to add up, then. That seems to make sense to me. Nothing about the gloves, right? And we looked at the knife already. It's pitch in there. I'm not sure, honestly. I didn't see any, like, things for him to react to. So we know that he got out of his seat to help him up, right? Am I supposed to present the omnibus or something? He doesn't say anything about stabbing him, right? I hear a loud bang. That's from when he hit the floor, right?
Hold it!
Wait, let me look at this again. Yeah, she says she doesn't remember. Yeah. Ben got up to help the victim. I actually don't really know. Push up the cushion. There's not a way I can get this added, right? Hmm. It's not like we have testimony as something I can present, right? I'm not really sure what to do here, honestly. Hmm. Well, everybody else was gone by that time, right? I don't know. Wouldn't they have, like, noticed her getting away or something? Or was everybody already gone by that time? Hmm. I'm not sure. Let me look at the omnibus again. I suppose there's nothing else I can examine here, right? This one's stumping me, honestly. So, like, let's think about it realistically, right? He would have been on the floor, and then he would have been off the seat. And then she would have peeked out from the seat. Right? English gentleman would be dressed as such. Yeah. You have to be seated in here. Oh, I don't think we've seen this dialogue before. Women at Kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? I don't think I actually got to read that before. Let's look in here again, I guess. We examined the blood on the floor already? That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this bloodstain's so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zieks has made no mention of it. I saw that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Yeah, how come they're... like... Here's what I'm thinking, right? He probably got stabbed, he fell on the floor, he bleeded out, or bled out, I don't know how you say that, and then he got back up, and got seated back up here. I don't know, there's nothing really here. You can't see anything inside the... Let me look one more time. So you're telling me you can't see anything when you're in the storage compartment? You can't see. I mean... I don't know. Can't find... Oh. I was gonna, like, look it up. Well, let me try presenting the case. Let me see if this does anything.
Objection!
There's clearly something odd about that last statement by the witness. Okay, so that's nothing. I really don't know. I should probably save, honestly. I've pressed everything. It was a waste of time, I got nothing to show. Well, she says she's got nothing to show. Well... Why would it be a waste of time if she... like, wouldn't she... maybe she'd want the knife, I don't know. I got nothing to show. The gloves? already had a look at the autopsy report. Maybe we can look at this one more time. Maybe we'll find some new information on it. I don't know. I can't believe this one's stumping me as much as it is. Is there anything else we can examine here? Nothing else here? I think it's the same thing, right? Okay. Nothing else about this that I can... So I think we're done with this, then. The knife. I snuck inside the carriage. But when did they hook up the horses?
Hold it!
Well, when did he get in? When did he get in there? Yeah, this one's really confusing me. It seems McGill is not reacting at all either. What about the gloves? Well, why would it be about his gloves? I don't know, man. I'm confused. It's not like we can move anywhere else. Maybe she wants to steal the murder weapon. I don't know.
Objection!
No? Okay. I'm just like guessing at this point because I don't fucking know. What about the omnibus?
Objection!
No? Okay. I don't know which statement I should press on either, that's the thing. Okay. Let me load my save then. Alright, time to just guess shit again with brute force, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. Did I present the omnibus already?
Objection!
I think I did. I think this is new dialogue. Let's just consider the implication of that statement for a moment, shall we?
What implications, Counsel? Nothing strikes me about it.
Exactly. There's nothing striking about it.
What does strike me is your propensity for the inane, however.
I need to clear my head and come at this again from a different angle. Yeah, same, because I don't fucking get it. Well, you can't... Can you present people? You can't present people, can you? You can't see anything. Well... Maybe she could see the knife? I don't know. Resulting from the trauma. I don't know, man. I really don't get it. Hear a loud bang. We clearly know that he, like, fell to the floor, right? Is the autopsy report gonna come in handy at all?
Objection!
No, this isn't it either. I swear I presented everything. Or I swear I've pressed everything, rather. Oh no, I hate when this happens, man. I feel so stupid. I got nothing to show. What about the gloves?
Objection!
No, not the gloves either. Please don't mind me. There's a lot of different, like, oops, I fucked up kind of things. When was he there? I don't know, man. I'm confused. Got nothing to show. What about the crime scene?
Objection!
No? This reveals a damning inconsistency, the last statement. I love how every time he says something different. That's funny. Hear a loud bang. Oh, I did press this stuff already. I don't know, man. I'm almost tempted to look it up, but I don't fucking know. Hear a loud bang.
Objection!
No, nothing here. I can't believe I'm fucking stuck on this, dude. I pressed everything, didn't I? Conclusive piece of evidence. I don't know, man. I swear I looked at everything. Definitely blood. What about the gloves? Did I present those already? Yeah, I did present that already.
As I look at you, Counsel, I see your trembling hand, your pallid expression, and your perspiring brow. Huh? Seems to me that is the damning inconsistency here, the misplaced comment of your assertion.
Am I really missing something, dude? What the fuck? I guess we'll press everything again, because I don't fucking know. Ari in the omnibus. He doesn't seem to be reacting to anything. Why is this the one to get me? Brushes and whatnot, she says. What if the gloves were in there? Maybe that's what I gotta present?
Hold it!
Should I present the... Should I present something here?
Well, no.
Wait a minute. That didn't happen before, did it? Wait, why didn't... this didn't happen before.
Excuse me.
Okay, I found it. I found it finally. Jeez. Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? God, that took so fucking long. God. Oh, I do apologize. Was something the matter, Counsel? Did he do that before and I just didn't notice, or what? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. So I didn't need to present anything, did I? Or maybe we gotta get new evidence or something, or update the testimony or whatever. You see, so I'm not dumb, it's just it didn't show up. Okay, well, I guess I don't feel as dumb now. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Have I jabbers? There's no need to tell the whole world of the mean foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. But that does prove that he was sleeping, right? Right? Because he and her, they both said he's sleeping. If only Mr. Straight had heard something, it might have given us a vital clue. Yeah. What should we make of that last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. My lord? Wait, that is inconsistent. Because if he was sleeping, then how would he be able to get up? My lord? I believe that statement just made by the witness is profoundly important.
Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing.
Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you'll supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me, pouty face. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. Okay, well now I have a new testimony. I was straining my ears to work out what's going on, but all I could hear was snowing. Snoring. Well then that doesn't explain who stabbed the victim, right? Oh, I should probably save. I'm out of fucking lives now. No, don't load. Oops. Yeah, let's just save over this one. Alright, so, well, let's press it first.
Hold it!
So you're straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I just pushed the cushion up and out of the butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw the swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilda sat on the seat which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, which you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! Said all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, you see? But were they? Not likely. Even though he stopped me in there, I never heard the old door open. You have anything to say for yourself?
Excuse me.
Why are you so surprised? Let me ask you something, Mr. McGilded. Nah, he's just chilling. But he seems pretty surprised about that, though.
Hold it!
Hang on, I didn't finish that, though. I just interrupted her by saying, "Excuse me." Is that why I didn't notice that? Because I excused me by accident? I never had the door open, so I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to the market, snowing like an old dog he was. Oh, you know what? That's probably what happened then. I didn't get to see the rest of her, like, hold it statement because I fucking interrupted it by, excuse me. Are there any conclusions we could draw from that, I wonder? Doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you've just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. Ah?
At odds? Are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
So Van Zeke's realized it too. I mean, if he was snoring, he couldn't have gone up, right?
Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she'd heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilda's snoring. But think, Rianossi, think. There's something else she should have heard. Show a piece of evidence, show a person. Well, let me save first in case I fuck this up. I hate that I've burnt all my lives already. Well, she should have heard the victim, right? Oh, yeah, I know what she should have heard. She should have heard, that guy screaming. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. This guy, he screamed.
Take that!
It would seem the phantoms are at work again. This time in my Nipponese friend's ears.
No? Is it not that?
I concur. No sounds apparent to be...
What, but he screamed, though.
Allow me to introduce you to a sound that will be very real indeed, however. The sound of your death throes.
That's right. That was loud.
Thank you, Counsel. That'll do. I've seen enough. According to the powers vested in me...
Okay, yeah.
As such, I shall be requesting the final decision...
I guess we can see what the guilty verdict looks like.
Certainly, my lord. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you'll announce your findings to the court in turn, please.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Guilty!
Guilty.
Now, they all have voices? I mean, that's cool, though. I was onto something, though.
I hereby find the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Oh.
I thank the good ladies and gentlemen of the jury for their swift and insightful contemplation. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Man, I'm so stupid, aren't I? Alright. Well, let's resume the saved game then. I have a save right here. Wow, I actually got a guilty. Damn. Show a piece of evidence then? Well, let's look. But they said he screamed though. So wouldn't he have heard that? Okay, maybe the piece of evidence then? Very well, my lord, allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could have not failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the following piece of evidence. Well, so what do I present? Do I present the knife? Do I present the crime scene? The autopsy report?
Take that!
Is it this? No, he said no. Did Mr. Mason cry out? Let me try a few things. What about this guy?
Take that!
Okay, that's it. It's him then. Okay.
Thrice fired Mason?
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed. I mean, he definitely would have cried out in pain if he got stabbed, right? That makes sense. Is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Oh, him getting on the bus. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. I thought like he was like, okay, I thought he was like crying out in pain or something.
Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was? Not a soul in the cabin when I climbed on board? At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I was in trouble with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, do you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, wasn't I? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
Oh.
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Well, yeah, he did get on, so we know that.
Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks.
Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. Or should I say, ho 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 ho.
It seems words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You've demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
Oh hey, my YouTube video went up. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl's a pickpocket, let's not forget that. Oh, Shisa. Grandma didn't even have anything to say to that time. She didn't even say anything. Wow, he knew what I was thinking. I don't know why they judged the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I.
Mr. Foreman.
I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
Oh shit, we're gonna have to fuck with the jury again, aren't we? Ugh. Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Let me get my wine.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Well met, my son. Yes, very refreshing.
What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern madman? This carnage is perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going... I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone Mr. McGill is innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. Or we'll have to do another thing. I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Oh damn, he's holding it. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to reveal a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. Oh, the violins are back.
What are you saying?
Counsel? I'm sorry, sir. What do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
You gotta give those inflections if you're doing the Dracula voice. Humans.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. Well, let me just save my game really quick. I don't want to lose any progress. Let's see. He was in there already. There's another entrance, or he was put there after he died. Well, he wouldn't be in there already because she said she boarded there when nobody was on. Maybe there's another entrance that we don't know about? Or he was put there after he died. Why would he be there after he died? What if there is another way in? What if there's like, I don't know, secret cabinet or something? Like we can't look under the, we can't look under there, right? I want to try the there's another entrance. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wonder what new fantasy you come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. It's beneath the carriage, isn't it?
Oh, really?
Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Wait, what if he broke through the sky roof? Another opening, the use of which allowed the cabin to appear inside the enclosed cabin. He broke through the sky roof, didn't he? Maybe?
Alright, counsel. The defense will identify location for the court. Here's the omnibus in which the incident occurred. What on earth is this entrance by which you propose?
Okay, I think it is the sky roof.
Take that!
Did he, like, break through the sky roof? The answer's obvious. It can only have been the... Oh, the skylight. Okay. It can only have been the skylight. The sky roof? Well, whatever. Similar thing.
I say, the skylight.
Wow, I can't believe I was right about that. I was just kind of making a guess.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
The skylight maybe will be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
so you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
Both Mr. McGilvey and Miss Lestrade said the same thing in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by some... Oh yeah, that's what it would be.
Yes, which has already been explained.
as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. But what if he fell through the roof and onto the floor? That would also make a thud. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the victim described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact?
Good gracious.
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. Yeah, but they weren't there yet, were they? And yet not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... What a humble fella. Make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof to testify afore said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis so not much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. They weren't there, were they? 'Tis a case of being unable to say. Wait, what? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a comparing reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof.
You mean the one who stuck the knife in the man were...
Huh? Hold it. Who's holding?
Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer?
You rotter! He said you rotter! What are you insinuating? What the fuck is this guy doing?
This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute.
He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay.
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker.
Me, a very much angry hatter.
Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's, I protest in the strongest possible terms.
That's right, I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel.
Order, order, order. This is not the time, witness. I will not permit this wanton evasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once.
Or is it anteroom?
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know?
My lord, if I may comment... Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks.
It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has been seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witness without proof. Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nippies, that your command of the English tongue is wanting.
You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You've branded these gentlemen liars. You've intimidated their criminal guilt. Or intimated, not intimidated. In our British courts of law, that is what's termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them! Testify! I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I had eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Oh, wow. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy.
Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
Huh? My lord?
My lord? You'll take stand again and make another formal testimony in a reference to the indictment brought by the defense.
Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Refuting the accusation. We are the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. That's a good game. If anything happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of one of us have noticed? In any case, neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? What if you use, like, the knife to break the glass? Or is it glass? It's made of glass, right?
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either the witnesses could have performed any malevolent act on this rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right, you see? We're innocent, I tell you! Logically, of course, the argument falls down to if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
What?
Huh?
According to the investigation by the Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings.
Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial's going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Oh, yes, my lord. Well, that was a fast cross-examination.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not, Dickin. I'm just gonna look at everybody real quick. No question about it, he said. Not at all. Oh, but yes, of course I remember seeing them both. Nobody. I saw the victim inside the closed cabin, talking with this man here.
Is this true, Mr. McGilded?
Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately.
That's not what I lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in.
Let me stop you right there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all?
Ah.
She's all about evidence in the court these days, so it is. You'd do well to remember that.
Oh, I saw you with my own eyes.
This is going so well.
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus, at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It's certainly been quite dark, perhaps. Too dark to see clearly.
Is this some kind of a lark?
Is this kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly?
Are you fair dinkum, sir?
Are you serious, sir? That's what he said? It's impossible, I tell you.
I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bit of cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again.
That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you. We had to put up with it because of this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fellas. But you see, I was away with the berries and I didn't hear you at all. Well, he was sleeping, right? That's a lie! I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. No, it was a cold night, so it was. Perhaps people do be seeing things that are out the real on the code. It is hardly surprising. Seeing things? Seeing things?
I believe we've reached an impasse here on this particular point.
You? Don't take it personally or not. If I'm a suspect in the case, then it's only fair that you and the other being out too. Open and free competition is what the capitalist city is all about. Or society, not city. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. Neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
Hold it!
So you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before?
Oh, Lummy! No, not once. Never.
He never met the man before, he said. And you, Mr. First, you had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hires don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentleman who were inside the cabin.
Oh. He's saying something.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded? Yes, Counsel. What could I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now? I wonder.
What are you considering now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, it sure has.
Eh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe it is fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon?
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion.
Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? That sort of begrudgery that might have motive a fellow to pass his crimes off on another. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That top hat is flying off your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. Has to look there like a distinctive touch. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason? Ha! There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before me, Lord.
Oh, this you mean?
I can't help thinking the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had with a wee quarrel with all the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more for that. It wouldn't be right to say the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. Why, rest my case.
You little weasel. Ugh.
He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGill has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me, little interruption, hold up the proceedings. Cat hunter. Neither of us know the man. So what do? Do I present... Like, I didn't really get anything out of that. I pressed this already, didn't I?
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time?
I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now, just like it was on that night.
So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it, is still and all.
What?
Just looking at the sides of the thing, you understand.
Now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke the wind, loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. What does that mean?
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see? But, just by luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rogue, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I try and try when I was inside that cabin. I'm ashamed. Oh, she's having a reaction.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about this, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. It opens. Huh? The skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? Gun. All them skylights open, dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, I... You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh! Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck on one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out of my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me said I couldn't top off the bus and leg it. So what I did was use the skylight, open the catch and jump right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights on the top side. That's why you can't open from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck?
Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Oh,
Oh my head! See? Yeah, she wasn't lying.
order! 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 So, it appears that this street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens, and from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Can we, like, update the testimony or something? Shit, I didn't mean to do that. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. So you're saying what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence. Well, we know, obviously. I'm just reading for fun, you know? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Well, now I gotta go all the way back. I did want to press this, just for fun, you know? Proof.
That's right, I demand to hear it.
We came here to say what we saw, I tell you, not for this!
But you call us both shikers, brand us as criminals.
You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it.
As it stands at the moment. There's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one here.
Ugh. If I don't crack this case soon, he'll crack his teeth. Alright. Well, we've done this already. Seems you can mash text by pressing the D-pad of all things. Okay, just in case I'm gonna make a save. I don't like having only one health, it's very uncomfortable. But...
Objection!
Wait, fuck. I'm glad I saved. I think I have to examine the omnibus first, and then I can present it. Well, he did say to examine it again.
Objection!
No, fuck. I meant to press A. God damn it. I'm getting trigger happy now, okay? A, not Y. So we can examine it for ourselves now, right? So the skylight was fastened shut before. But now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it. Yeah, sure enough. Well, now what? We examine it again? You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witness will be able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Nothing else I can examine? Set the roof deck of the omnibus. Yes, I think we read this already. Can I, like, look inside the cabin and do it, maybe? I can look up, right? Oh, look at that, there's blood right here. Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Why'd have to take someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo? Why someone like me? Dude, the blood, though. The blood proves that he fell through. Ah! What is it? Look, just there! Look at this! That's without question. It's blood! Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? It looks like fresh blood to me. Oh, there we go. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, I think now we can probably present it now that it's updated, right? Let me try now. Well, now we have the proof, the actual proof for it.
Objection!
Yeah, now it worked because we updated it. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in the very courtroom.
What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence.
I love that word, humbug. Reminds me of Scrooge McDuck. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible.
Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. Counsel,
My lord.
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude?
Oh, we gotta...
You'll point out what it is that proves the victim fell through the roof deck from the skylight.
Well, obviously the blood.
Got it!
Got it!
By Jupiter, is that blood?
This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open.
What?
And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No! Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
But the blood could have been sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin.
And only found its way to one particular spot in the skylight? Sure, that would be very convenient.
Ah.
And let's keep it in mind that the skylight can catch only the unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the jet really fell through the skylight, I mean? Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the board fed a drop from a fair height right there, so it is.
What? No.
But it can't be. It's all lies.
Hold it!
Hold it. My fellow jury members. I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in the courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of the guild's garages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that the nice gentleman who gave us a delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On three, then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Oh, fuck off, man.
A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, and what would you be referring to now then, Mr. Lanzeeks? Mr. Lanzeeks. You know what, that's a great typo that I just did there.
A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
What? Why?
For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I mean, unless it's fake blood.
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can say with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began.
But...
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Seeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session...
What? That's not good. What a pal there! I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from the prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus Begilded, a fellow known all over the capital for its fine contributions to public life. Why didn't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the bitter end. Even if it's throwing off the tongue of the Reaper and of Bailey.
Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigating, you adapt the facts.
Adapt the facts? What does that even mean?
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing's impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses.
Sounds like fucking Von Karma.
I toast your ability to concoct those convenient of stories, sir.
Concoct, not concoot. Not concoot. Tut tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This'll not do, to be sure. We're in now, Consul.
Huh? Oh no.
I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? Do we not have, like, ways to, like, examine the blood and compare it or something? But if you all like cast your minds back, it's not true the omnibus has there been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone have possibly put a smear of blood in without the word and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, Consul?
It's true.
The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court's in session. No, you're wrong about that. Awesome McGilded voice? Oh, thanks. No, didn't we have, like, a period of time where we left the courtroom or whatever? And, like, that could have been when the blood got put there.
My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words.
As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... well, I'm just gonna save real quick, in case I'm wrong, but... yeah. I do think so. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh.
Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from the deceit. Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yeah, bang. We do remember this. That's exactly what I was thinking. It was the recess. The courtroom was filled with a smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Are you eyes? What are you trying to pull, ye? You rotten, feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier, as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies? Such as... To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I've said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning.
I don't remember if I examined that or not.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one's able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think? Sorry? Among the omnibus, is there anything else unusual at the omnibus? I don't know, can I examine it? I'm not sure, honestly. I mean... Let's take a good look inside. What else could be weird about this? I mean, there's blood on the chair, obviously. What else can we examine? I mean, isn't it kind of weird though that there's not blood on the rooftop though? Let's say he got stabbed on the roof, right? Wouldn't there be blood on the rooftop as well? That does seem a little odd. Well, as usual, let's save our game, because I burnt all my lives doing fucking guesswork. My lord?
Yes, counsel?
There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. Something that wasn't present, huh?
What?
What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you'd be better start watching your back.
Objection!
Silence, Miss Gilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification.
Good. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here?
I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
So it has to be inside the cabin, huh? What's this lamp all about? There's a well, actually, I don't think it's the lamp, is it? It's not like I can examine. Oh, we can examine. Can't find anything out of place. That's supposed to fit the great exhibition. Yeah, that's the same. We read that already. We read this last episode. Can we look inside here again? This seat has a handle, it seems. Yeah, you're not gonna open it? Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah, we read this already. Hmm. I mean, maybe the blood on the floor? That's the only thing I could think of.
Got it!
If you consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you'd certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Oh yeah, I don't remember that being there, honestly.
Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue.
I believe that blood stain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. I mean, if the bloodstain on the skylight is fake, then yeah, the bloodstain on the floor could be fake too. Because doesn't it look a bit different? This trial is over, Mr. McGill did. I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it is all over now. But you're the defendant. It is over, I tell you. Damn, he's throwing a fucking temper tantrum now. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, it is all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain's there now. Well, and over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it been, that good Fraten Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord?
I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it will be improper for this trial to continue.
Your lordship can't be serious.
Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position?
Yeah, I mean, normally a fucking prosecutor would be like, oh, I have proof that it wasn't there before, but no, he's just saying like, oh, it wasn't there.
The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we've explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first.
What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGill will be found not guilty. Yes? Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be... well, I'm gonna make a save first, obviously. I mean, he's innocent, but, like, we don't know everything yet. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence.
What are you saying, man?
Without any question, there's no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he's innocent.
Good. Good gracious me! Order! Order! This is an unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question? Are you of sound mind?
Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Your job here's done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality.
I really don't know what to make of all of this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always found guilty of something. You, mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I haven't doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
This is a really weird end to a trial. I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Van Zeeks, my lord, the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered for the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this manner.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
That's a weird word.
What?
Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Magnus Begilded.
Oh, good grief! You've more to say me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Well, something to be looking forward to then.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus Begilded, not guilty.
Dude, this is such a weird ending, dude. This feels so, like... I feel like we didn't win. I don't know, that's a weird ending, man. I can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. No, that does not feel like a victory at all. At the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. That is a really weird ending, though. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yeah, it was. Your first ever trial on a foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Zato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. Yeah, but we're not. Trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? That's the thing, we don't know about that. That's why it's so unsatisfactory, man. We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGill did. And that girl's with him, too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? How about the 16 armed fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty? I'm sure he must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it a sight to behold, and she sure it was. And I have you to thank, I suppose, for having a victory opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight fella talking. You're straight talking fella, aren't you? Well, I must say, you had me astray in there once, straight in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong, as this water on the beach. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do any odious and obstinate deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. Not funny. Wait, do I have that? So then, what about my soundboard? As we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Harrow be whist. You're a humble people, are you? You're from the east. Well, if you would insist. But have this, stern all. You deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything's ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. Hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There are some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making the tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help when I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fairly well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure, Manius. Hope you have a whale of a time while you're stunned here in Great Britain. And there he goes, free man. What about you, lassie? Oh, I forgot she was here too. That gun. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? I hate grown-ups. Oh, there you are. Who the hell? Naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I'm taking it with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! The fuck is happening here? Oh, you wanna play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off for the moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus, and she pitched it. Luckily, I fit it with a telegraphic beacon. A what's it what? I have no idea what this girl's talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What for? To apologize, of course, City, to my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. My voice can't go that high, man. Point, have a your way. Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing to the end. Fairly sure that's what she wants, is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner did we arrive in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of the lodgings. But at this late hour of the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid, just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. Yeah, and whose fault is that, huh? And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, As we are soon to learn, there were no more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Oh, is case 4 gonna be like... We gotta learn more about that case?
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick!
What the fuck is happening?
How did this happen? I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
There's fire!
Fire!
No. Oh, good God.
There's someone in there.
It's the judge!
Oh. This can't be.
And he's in there too. Why were the judge and Van Zeeks in there? Wait, they weren't. They were looking in. They entered the room. Well, that's a weird-ass cliffhanger. Oh my god. The Realm of the Reaper. Well, then I reckon that's a good place to stop for today, huh? I guess next time's gonna be Case 4? Case 4 Investigation Part 1. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh, wow. Well, this was a pretty good length of an episode, I reckon. So, I'll be sure to cut out that piss break that I took earlier, but yeah, pretty good. One of my favorite endings. That was a weird one. I mean, I like that it's weird, though. You know, it's like, I don't think... Not a lot of cases end on a weird note like that. So that kind of makes it stand out, I guess. But wow, we're already on case 4 of this game. Like, these cases are just kind of flying by. Like, that's crazy. Well, alright. Thanks, guys, for watching, then. Make sure to like and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch. And, later tonight, me and Coffee are going to play some Mario Galaxy 2. I'll probably get some opportunity to play this game tomorrow, then. Since, I think me and Zeppy are just going to be playing in the morning. And then Seb's going to play some Simpsons for us in the afternoon. And then I'll probably play this game at nighttime. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Alright. Well, I will see you guys then. So, bye.